Good morning, good morning, good morning. Happy Monday. It's a new week. It's the last week of the month of February. Good morning to you. Last full week. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Happy Monday. Happy Miracle Monday. Happy Miraculous Monday. Happy Make It Happen Monday. Happy Money Making Monday. What? Good morning. Grace and peace may it be multiplied to you from God, who is certainly our Father. I'm so glad to be able to greet you this morning. May grace and peace be multiplied to you. I'm excited as we, come to the closing of this grieving, building while healing, healing while building month. I'm super excited. I believe that, the Lord is still speaking to us. I am excited about what he's going to do and how he's going to just accelerate your life if you take these teachings, take these coaching, take these therapies, take these deliverance sessions and literally apply them to your life. How great God is and how rapidly God is supposed to do the unexpected in your life. If you would do me a favor, those of you tuning in on Facebook land, like this video, tap that heart, tap, 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 tap. Let me see them hearts fly right there on the screen. And then will you tag 2 or 3 people in here? It don't matter. It don't even have to be the same people you always tag. Tag 2 or 3 random people in here and just tell them, hey, tune in, catch the replay. You need to hear this. If you have not this week, just hit that @highlight sign. Tag all your followers in here. @highlight. You can only do it 3 times a week, but if you've not done it so far, just @highlight them and tell your followers to just come in and tune in right here. Those of you who are on YouTube land, will you just click that like button right there and then click the share with the arrow and share the link out to some people and tell them, hey, jump on. We're right here. We're live at Arise and Build with your coach, Rev J. Daniels. I'm excited again. Thank you so much for joining. If you've not joined the school app, will you take a moment, click the link right there in the description of the video, join it. You just need your first name, last name, and email address, and you could be a part of our free Creating Your Now community. I'm getting ready to take that community to the next level, and I want to make sure that you are part of it. So go ahead and click that link right there and join right now. It's free for you. If you are not put in your calendar yet, make sure you mark in your calendar October 8th, 9th, 10th. It is time for Vision Fest 2026. I've been carrying this Vision Fest for about 10 years now, and I believe that now is the right time, and you are the right people to be a part of Vision Fest 2026. We're going to take and people from all mountains of influence. We're going to activate you all. We're going to cause you to be in position and in place to execute so that you can dominate every mountain of influence for the kingdom of God. And I'm super excited. This isn't a ministry conference. This isn't a marketplace conference, but it's an every mountain of influence. We're getting ready to get you activated so that you can execute and so that you can dominate. If you want to be a part of that, just make sure you join school community so you can get notifications right there. If you want to have a vendor table, if you want to partner, you want to invest, you want to sponsor, you want to be a support right there, you can just email me at one of the email addresses right there in the description of the video on YouTube or in the comments on Facebook, and I'll respond right there. If you say, Reverend J, I want to sow this week. This is my week to sow. This is my time to sow. I want to sow into the conference. I want to sow into the ministry. I want to sow back into you. I want you to partner with us this week. We're sowing in the seed of 5. We believe that there's a grace to complete, a grace to finish, a grace to run that's getting ready to hit your life, and it's getting ready to cause you to accomplish and finish great and mighty things. I feel that even now as I'm saying it. It's a grace that's going to cause you to complete and accomplish great and mighty things. And so those of you who this is your sow week, you're going to sow and partner. Even if you want to sow into the conference right there, we're sowing in the denomination of 5. So $1.55, $5.55, 55.55, 25.55, 45.55. Wherever your heart is, wherever your obedience is, wherever your sacrifice to the Lord is, just do it cheerfully. And he promised, pressed down, shaken together, running over, he will cause men to give unto your bosom. And I believe when you give cheerfully, in 2 Corinthians 9:8, he tells us that we will lack nothing, and that we will, whatever the need is, not need aid to complete it. And I believe that we're coming into that season. So as you sow that, I'm praying with you and I'm touching an agreement. If you want something specific prayed in, just put it in the memo of your seed and we'll come into agreement with it. The ways of giving is right there in the description of the video on YouTube, and it's in the comments right there in Facebook. So you're sowing your grace seed right there. Let us jump right into the broadcast this morning. Re-entering life without forcing yourself. Re-entering life without forcing yourself. Before we do that, let me take a pause for the cause. And will you just put some clapping emojis, some purple heart emojis right there as I introduce my beautiful bride, Dr. Naomi Daniels? Will you just put some hearts right there, purple hearts right there? Will you put some clapping emojis right there as we introduce my beautiful bride, Dr. Naomi Daniels? Over the weekend, she received her doctorate in philosophy in Christian education, and I'm super excited. This is her first doctorate degree. I'm super excited about what she's going to bring to the kingdom from this point forward. So will you help me welcome Dr. Naomi Daniels? Come on, there is a doctor in the house paging Dr. Daniels. All right, just put some purple hearts right there. Re-entering life without forcing yourself. There comes a moment in healing when the question changes. At first it was, how do I survive this? How do I get beyond this? How do I make it through this? After a while of processing, the question becomes, how do I live again? I want to talk to you this morning because you need to decide to live again. Many people get stuck in between there, not because they want to stay broken, but because they're afraid of moving too fast or afraid of moving even at all. So either they rush back into everything at once or they stay paused indefinitely. Remember, I told you that trauma lives in extremities. But rebuilding life is not a leap, it's a gentle return. And today we're going to talk about re-entering life without forcing yourself. Core truth number one. Healing moves at the pace of safety. Write that down. Healing moves at the pace of safety. Healing moves at the pace of safety. You don't heal by pushing harder. You heal by expanding safely. Your mind and body need evidence that life is stable again. Write that down. The reason why some of you are not moving, the reason why some of you are not stuck, you got big things, big dreams, big live agains in front of you, but your mind and body need evidence that life is stable again. This is why we stay telling you that you need small executable things that you can check off your list. Small experiences create safety. Write that down. Small experiences create safety. Brief conversations, short outings, manageable responsibilities, limited commitments, just a few things to name small experiences that can create safety in your life. I'll go over it again. Brief conversations. Oftentimes, I recluse. I'm an introvert, and people don't realize this, and people don't believe it. But and you ask those at my house, I'm very quiet. I can just be in my own little world for long periods of time. But I realize that when I have small, brief conversations, it reacclimates me, or it brings my guards down, or it makes my mind and body feel safe in the environment. Sometimes just brief conversations will cause you to start reacclimating. Short outings. You ain't got to go on a road trip. Just walk to the mailbox. Go to Starbucks. Go to Dunkin' Donuts, wherever your Dutch Brothers, wherever your coffee shop is. Short outings causes you to rebuild safety. I'm okay. I can make it here. I can go there. I can do this. Manageable responsibilities, things that you can manage. Things that you can manage that are short in reach that you can manage. Okay. Can't go live again right now, but let me do a reel. Can't finish writing a book right now, but let me go write a post. Let me write a blog. Manageable responsibilities will cause you to rebuild safety again, which will cause, you to feel stable. Limited commitments. Limited commitments. Can't go preach at your church, but I stay with my commitment. Let me do a session, a virtual session that I can pre-record. Limit my commitments. When you overwhelm yourself, you retreat. When you pace yourself, you can grow. When you overwhelm yourself, you retreat. But when you pace yourself, you can grow. Builders don't rush recovery. We repeat manageable steps. Put that in your notes. Don't rush recovery. Just repeat manageable steps. Don't rush recovery. Just repeat manageable steps. Core truth number 2. Avoidance prolongs fear. Write that down. Avoidance prolongs fear. Waiting to feel completely ready keeps life distant. Confidence does not come before action. It comes from action. The more action you do, the more manageable steps you do, the more manageable responsibilities you do, the more confident you will become. You need to just do it. I don't know who need to hear it, but like Nike, just do it. You need to decide right now in this moment that I'm just going to do it. I'm not going to ask any more questions. I'm not going to think about it anymore. I'm simply just going to do it. It doesn't have to be massive action. It just need to be consistent, gentle, responsible, manageable engagement. Just consistent. You don't have to go and walk 1 mile today. Just go walk for 5 minutes every day until 5 minutes become 10 minutes. 10 minutes become 15 minutes. 15 minutes become 20 minutes. And lo and behold, 30 minutes have become your mile. Small, consistent, gentle engagement. Every small return teaches your brain you can handle being here. Don't try to do it all at once. Every small return teaches your brain you can handle being here. Avoidance keeps the world threatening towards you. It keeps your perspective in a threatening perspective. But participation makes it familiar again. The more you participate in your own deliverance, the more you participate in your own healing, the more you participate in your own life, life can become familiar, comfortable, and the fear can be disarmed. Core truth number 3. Core truth number 3. Progress is measured in comfort expansion. Progress is measured in comfort expansion. You don't measure healing by how you felt yesterday. That's not how you measure feeling, because your feelings, you can be feeling one way in 1 second, and in the same second, you can feel another way. So you can't measure your healing by your feelings. You have to measure it by what you can tolerate that you couldn't tolerate before, which is why you push the envelope every day. You go to the mailbox today, then you go to the light pole, then you go to the stop sign until you can handle more and more and more. That's how you process and how you measure your process of healing, is that you can tolerate more each day. You can tolerate more each week. You can tolerate more each month. You can tolerate more each quarter. I start by just walking out the door to my porch. Then I do that consistently until I say, you know what? Okay, let me try the mailbox. And I do that consistently. And after going to the street at the mailbox, then I say, let me go to the light pole at, a couple houses down. And I try that consistently. And then I say, you know what? Let me make it to the stop sign. And then I go to the stop sign and I do that consistently. Now, after I go to the stop sign consistently, I say, you know what? Let me get in the car. I can go to the corner store, the gas station. And I do that consistently. This is how I measure my progress, because progress is measured by comfort expansion. The more I expand my levels of comfort, the more I have processed through my healing. I stayed longer, spoke more freely, felt less tense, left with more energy. These are the things that I can measure my healing by. When I can stay longer, because everybody know me, I'll show up, but I'm not guaranteed to stay there to the end. But when I can stay longer, I can measure, hey, I'm healing in an area. When I can speak more freely about something, I can measure that I'm healing in an area. When I can feel less tense about something, I can measure that I'm healing in an area. When I can leave a people, place, or things with more energy. I used to be drained more, but I got a little more energy when I leave. Now I can tell that I'm healing in an area. Rebuilding is not dramatic. Write that down. Rebuilding is it. I don't know who taught us that rebuilding has to be dramatic. It's incremental, just small increments over time, consistently will cause us to reap great results. Just small increments consistently over time will cause us to reap great results. And incremental progress is real progress. I want to say that to you this morning. You have real progress. I know it don't seem like you've covered a lot of ground, but you have real progress. You have real progress. You have made real progress. You've made real progress. I know it doesn't seem like it. It was small, but it is big. As long as you keep making that progress over time. Okay, homework assignment. You're going to ask yourself, what part of life have I been waiting to feel ready for? What part, I haven't went live again. I haven't posted again. I haven't showed back up to church. I haven't went back to that job. I haven't went back to that space because it was too much trauma, too much. What part of your life have you been waiting to feel, quote unquote, ready for? Write it down. It may be several parts. What part of your life have you been waiting to feel ready for? You just haven't felt ready to re-enter yet. Now choose a smaller version of it. So maybe I haven't went live yet. So a smaller version, well, let me just make a post. Let me just make a reel. Maybe I haven't called them yet. But maybe today I'll send a text, a voice memo. Let me choose a small version to re-enter in. Not a full return, but a partial return. Schedule one gentle step this week towards your re-entry. You're not proving strength. You're just practicing safety. I'm going to do a small incremental act to re-enter into where I'm supposed to be. I may not come back and preach, but I'm going to make a post. I may not call them, but I'm going to send a text message. What small, gentle step can you do today, this week, to re-enter into what you have not been feeling ready for? You don't have to force life back into place. You just have to start participating again. At a pace your heart can trust. Just start participating again at a pace that your heart can trust. Healing is not a sudden comeback. It's a steady reentry. And builders don't rush the return. We make sustainable differences. Something that can sustain just to beyond today. Amen. Let us give today's declaration. Thank you for tuning in. Let us give today's declaration. I return to life gently and honestly. I move at the pace of healing. I take small steps with courage. I rebuild without forcing myself. I create my now. I return to life gently and honestly. I move at the pace of healing. I take small steps with courage. I rebuild without forcing myself. I create my now. Remember, share this. Hit them hearts again. Tag someone in this. Share this on your page, your profile, any groups you're in. If you're on YouTube, copy that link. Send it out to somebody. Tell them it's time to re-enter. They don't have to do it major. Just take a small step today. Tag somebody in this broadcast. Make sure you join the school app. Make sure you click the link in the description of the bio and do that. Make sure that you sow your seed. If today's your sowing time, we're sowing in the seed of 5, the number of grace. There's a grace to complete. There's a grace to re-enter. There's a grace to accomplish. And your small accomplishments is getting ready to add up to a major breakthrough. I believe God. Will you grab your seed of 5, $1.55, 25.55, $5.55. Maybe it's $105.55. Wherever your faith is, wherever your ability is, grab your grace seed today, put it in the ground. And as you obey God in this moment, I'm praying that he would cause other people to raise up and obey him concerning you, that they'll use their power, their ability, their influence, their affluence, their network, and their net worth on your behalf, that you will need no aid or support to accomplish what God has called you to accomplish in Jesus' name. All right, go, grow, and glow. May his peace, his protection, and his provision be your portion until we meet again tomorrow, same time, same place. Keep arising and keep building. More grace.